Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our midday broadcast. For those of you that are watching this on Facebook and LinkedIn, welcome. For those of you that are my students that are participating in this Zoom session, again, welcome as well. If you have any questions, please type them. And Tiffany, I saw it. Um, um, I'll address it during this session. She's going to be a great addition to your team. Okay, before we get started, Bobby,
Hey, Max.
yeah, hi. I got the whole story.
I figured you did.
Got the whole story. It's starting to creep out, and the wonderful thing about network marketing is the people. The terrible thing about network marketing is the people. And so you all have to remember there's a story behind every story. And folks, what we're discussing, let me do a screen change. I think it's over here. Okay, so here it is. So it's made the basic press. Modere terminates top leader Justin Prince. Legal battle upcoming. And so the bottom line is apparently Justin was trying to start his own company. And as a leader, when you get to a certain level in the company, you get privy to a lot of inside information. Companies making big decisions. So good companies take the leaders and they bring them in on what's happening. And so what Justin was attempting to do is he was attempting to start a new company in December. And he used some of the information that he was given in a closed environment to a bunch of other Modere leaders to give them doubt as to the solvency of the company. And when the company became aware of it, basically they had no choice but to terminate them. And Business for Home is doing a mediocre job of putting the information out there. When I say mediocre, I think they really needed to get more facts before they put it out there. But the bottom line is there's nothing going on. Modere is solid. In fact, when I spoke to Margie Aliprandi about it, I reminded Margie that maybe 10 or 11 years ago, before Modere changed from New Ways to Modere, same company, same architecture, they just changed change names. There was a similar circumstance where three leaders in the company were circulating rumors that to renegotiate with their vendors better deals, they were going to put themselves into bankruptcy, delay paying the vendors until they could work out a slicker deal. And companies do that all the time. The bad news would have been, had they done that, it would have killed recruiting. It would have hurt the distributors. So I get an email from three of their leaders telling me we're leaving New Ways because they're going bankrupt, or they're declaring bankruptcy to avoid paying their vendors. So I reached out to Margie, who's one of the top leaders in the company, for verification. I'm not going to talk about something until I confirm it. And Margie was traveling, so she never got back to me. And what happened was the Bloomberg picked up. It was a fraudulent story. Picked it up, and when I read it in Bloomberg, I said, "Okay, I guess it's real." And I sent it out to all of our leaders, my students. And then, don't you know, 4 hours later, Margie returns my phone call and laid it out for me so that I had to go back and retract it and tell everybody. So in this article, what they're doing here is, apparently I'm following up what the guy does. Apparently he has built a huge following using social media. That's called a clue. Now, you don't have to necessarily do what he did, but he had a big following. All right. And so, Modere has got, it's a legal deal, but believe me, they have the goods. They know what this guy was trying to do. It's going to go nowhere as far as the legality is concerned. And this is something, like it or not, that goes on in this industry. Just because somebody can build a big organization doesn't mean they could run a company. Doesn't mean they can run a company. So this is an ongoing event. We're going to make this one of the case studies in our upcoming Top Earner Retreat in November. So that's the story there. So, Tiffany, what the message that you want to send her is, let me explain how network marketing really works. And let me come back, just make sure I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so basically here's what happened. Back in September, Tiffany identified Shauna as a fabulous, fabulous prospect for her business. Also discovered that the woman had some serious health issues. So now the major health issues are behind. Phenomenal prospect. So what we did was we wrote today at 30 minutes before this was supposed to start. Hope you had a nice weekend. Nice motivating post. Believe in yourself. The only thing that stands between a person and what they want from life is often the will to try it and the faith to believe it's possible. So we sent her this. Back in September, you told me that you were familiar with network marketing and asked me what company I was working with. I didn't answer you then because it really wasn't important considering all the health challenges you were dealing with. And I was more interested in your health and what you were going through. And the way it was explained to you, network marketing, was an old school explanation, almost prehistoric, that bears no resemblance to how it actually works today, thanks to the internet and social networks like LinkedIn and Facebook. Now, for those of you who ask me from time to time, how do we come up with our scripts? How do we come up with our strategies? We come up with the scripts and strategies by working with folks and their prospects. Now, not only will these scripts work for them, it works for everybody. And I love this line. The way it was explained to you was an old school explanation, almost prehistoric, that bears no resemblance to how it actually works today. Even though when you told me that you were awesome at team events and building a team up and you were great with customers, I didn't want to talk about my business with all the things that you were going through. Now that thankfully the hard part is behind you, I wanted to answer your questions about my business. I'm about to launch a special business project and know that if we work together, you would be very successful and we would both have a lot of fun. Would you like to know more? We sent this at 3:26. 12 minutes later, she wrote back. Yes, I'd like to know more, and thank you for holding off. I think if you had done this a month ago, I probably wouldn't have been in the frame of mind that I am now. Folks, it's all timing. It's all timing. Just because someone has a need. So, Tiffany, there's no rush. What I want you to do is put together, let me explain how network marketing works. Network marketing, talk about target and the three things that are necessary. And that's as far as you go. And then you come back. Again, before we even talk about the company, would you like to know the rest of the details? Give it to them in little pieces. Another interesting case study that's developing here . So we're asking a bunch of questions. Please don't take this the wrong way, but why are you interested in me and asking me so many questions? I'm just wondering what your motive is. Textbook response. I've made many great friends on LinkedIn and have found that the best way to learn about someone is to ask them questions. Many people don't complete their profiles. Now she's asking you, where do you work? I manage a drive-through coffee shop for 13 years now. I'm homeschooling my kids and have a fast-growing internet business. What did you do in the healthcare field? You know, it happens over and over and over and over and over again. The process is the same. These are people. Before you jump into your business, you have to know whether the person on the other end is somebody that you even want to talk to about the business. That's the whole thing. The more you know about the other person, the easier it is to sell something to them. The more you know about the other person, the easier it is to determine okay? All right, now, let me talk about this. Back in September, whoops. Oh, that's the, I didn't think I was going to log into your account. So here's what you must know about LinkedIn's recent changes. Now, there's something really great that's happened. There's some good news. There's some bad news. But the great news is so significant that I'm going to be jumping back into our scripts book, and I'm going to be reinserting a strategy and scripts for LinkedIn's recruiter format. I've been recommending to everybody their Sales Navigator format. And last week, working with one of my coaching students, he inadvertently signed up for their Recruiter Lite version. I'll explain more about that in a minute. The bad news is great. Good news, bad news. So when LinkedIn introduced this special new feature 2.5 years ago, it enabled my students to dramatically increase their business faster. Many of them reported that it enabled them to quadruple sales. As social networks are known to do, one day LinkedIn removed it from their list of available features without notice. Last week, working with one of my coaching students, I discovered where they put it. And I'm genuinely excited for all of you because I know what it will do for you. They stuck it in Recruiter Lite. What you post builds rapport with your prospects. So last week I made this post, Bruce Lee quote. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. My 4-step formula forms the single, simple system that's your one kick step to mastering every social network. Create your page, put yourself in there, connect with people, communicate with them, talk to them, qualify them, learn what their needs are, close the appropriate people. It's so simple that anyone can master it. Steve, 3 sales today, all directly traced to contacts I made using the techniques you taught me. Best of all, I'm just getting started. Person I brought in 4 of her friends and has 8 more to bring in. What a ride. It's all about talking to people that have large circles of influence. Now, all network marketing, social networks, are a great source of free leads. Some social networks are better than others. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram are the 3 top. But the top is LinkedIn. All right. 3 things that make a social network great. The profiles. LinkedIn has the best profiles. LinkedIn was set up as a repository for resumes. 2, a texting feature that enables you to communicate directly and privately with other network users. Engage them in conversations that will result in enrolling new business builders. And again, texting features have helpful tools that enable you to share images, files, GIFs, and a wide assortment of emojis. LinkedIn added a texting feature that enables you to start an instant meeting or a Zoom session. And third, a searching feature that enables you to filter through the entire network population using keyword and advanced keyword searches. To prospect and recruit perfect cream of the crop prospects for your business according to your desired demographics. LinkedIn has the best searching features on the planet. And now, Recruiter Lite is going to add a whole new level to that. So I'm going to fast forward. See, reaching out and connecting to people is it's important to make sure that you're connecting with people that are active. If they're not active, you can get into trouble. So last year, we started to point out that you have to check people's posting activity. And then roughly 6 months ago, LinkedIn made it easier. Now you can see if they've made comments, you can see other things that they've done to ensure that you're talking to people that are active. LinkedIn makes it easier to find the best people that would be successful in your business, connect with them, show from what you have to offer, and enroll them. More people than ever before are looking for ways to make extra full-time income and work from home, and you have the opportunity to provide a solution for them. LinkedIn is the best social network to build your business on. 100 times better than Facebook. Now, your success on LinkedIn is going to depend on a number of factors, and I'm going to skip over these. LinkedIn is Facebook for professionals. But now we're talking about new searching features. So with Recruiter Lite, you can see who recently joined LinkedIn in the last 24 hours, in the last 2 to 7 days, in the last 8 to 14 days, in the last 15 to 30 days, and in the last 90 days. Knowing who's registered first, getting to these people before your competition has proven to be huge. And we have new script. Actually, they're not new scripts. We're resurrecting the scripts that we introduced 2 years ago when LinkedIn first introduced this feature. So if you do a search for everybody on LinkedIn, 990 million people. The people that recently joined LinkedIn in the last 90 days. 540,000 joined in last 24 hours. Last 2 to 7 days, 360,000. So in the last 3 months, 3.5 million. Now, what they're posting there are the people who created profiles. You got people that are joining LinkedIn all the time that haven't created a profile yet. So there's different measures of growth. 4.4 million people. Because she added up. One day, he had 540 to 360, and you got a week. And now they're letting you know within up to 200 miles distance. LinkedIn has 52,100,000 salespeople. If we search for salespeople that joined in the last 3 months, this is what you get. If we refine the search, looking for salespeople that are looking for an opportunity, this is what you get. Duplication. Managers on LinkedIn, 99 million. Managers that recently joined LinkedIn in the last 90 days. Managers looking for an opportunity. $43,000. 43,000 out of 99 million. Trainers, 4.8 million. Trainers that recently joined LinkedIn. Trainers looking for an opportunity that joined LinkedIn. This new feature is going to be huge. It was used the last time I was aware of it. Now, you got more people. Thanks, Tiffany. I'll try that again. It didn't work for me. Now, again, it comes down to conversation. Gonna log out of my account. All right, so let's come over here and look who you're talking to. So you're talking to Jennifer. So Jennifer is looking for a new opportunity. So according to this, she's still working. Okay. Now, the question, it says here, she is looking for new opportunity. Why? So why do you want to leave? Why does she want to leave her job? Now, she may come back and tell us that, well, she's not working there. She stopped working there 6 months ago. Why did she leave? Now, I love success stories, and we're going to be sharing some new ones tomorrow. Bottom line is this: if you're not talking to 10 or 15 people every day about your business, you could be. Now, let me unmute. Paul, are you aware the cover, the condition of the cover?
Yes, Max, thanks for reviewing that. I was multitasking. I've just caught up with you. Yes, I'm aware of that, and I'm in the process of fixing it.
Okay, so how have you been? It's been a while.
It's been a while. I'm following your your training. I'm talking to my people about it, and I hope to put it to use in the very near future.
All right. Well, maybe I can give you a couple of tips here that might speed up the process for you. So here you talk about you come down here and there's some key words in here that you want to add, but I notice that, see, do you have any idea how many connections you have?
600, 700 approximately.
Okay. Now,
this is my second account. I got my first account deleted by LinkedIn in Q1 2022. And then recently, several months ago, one of my business associates informed me that it was reactivated again. So I've now got two, and I'm going to deal with that. But that's good news.
How many are on the other one?
Same thing. Well, actually, no, there's more on the other one.
Okay. Well,
I was reposting, critical commentary from big time, world renowned doctors about the pandemic and the COVID, the Corona coup on the other account, and I think that was the problem.
So they knocked you off of that?
Yeah, so it just disappeared. It was gone one day, and no reply. So I opened up a new account, and I never went back. And then one of my business associates informed me that it was there. He really wasn't aware of what I was doing. He just wanted to know why I wasn't replying to his birthday wishes and stuff like that.
All right. So here, all right. So this is describing which company are you working with?
with Immunotech.
Ah. Okay, so. Who else am I working? Working with somebody, a couple of other people at Immunotech too. All right. So let me. Sam is one of my new coaching students for this year. Now, he's been a student for 4 years. And if we bring up his profile, okay, he has about 4,700 connections. To bring up the messages this way. Now, one of the things that you can do is you can go in and you can take a look at the connections you have. So in his case, now this was in March, he had 4,700 connections. So we went in and we searched his connections. 200 were investors, 1,200 were business owners, 41 were bankers, 16 were Forex traders, and 281 were financial advisors. So you can go back and filter through your existing connections. So out of 4,700, 1,738 we're looking for business, we're still prospects. So if you know specifically who you're talking to, you can specifically target the people that would be interested. So we came up with some posts that he could use. Two weeks after that last training, he sends me this. It's been a crazy 2 weeks. I sponsored 12 people. 12 people in 14 days. If you know specifically who you're looking for by their profession, by their activity, this isn't hard. He came back a week later. Hard to believe I'm writing in this. He added 21 new team members in the last 3 weeks. That's one a day. He's selling a $5,000 package. Do the math. 21 times 5,000. He went from where he was stuck, not going forward, getting rejection after rejection, to signing up 90% of the people he talks to. How does he do that? He knows specifically who he's looking for. And he's got a script and a strategy. Sign them up in the business. You're all in the process of taking my scripts, honing them, sharpening them, and developing strategies that can have you doing the same thing. And of course, luckily for all of you, What is this? Thanks for that. Let me get back here. So all of you are heading down the same road. It comes down to conversation, but it comes down to talking to the right people. Now, I have opened up registration for our November boot camp. Let me pop this in the chat. Everything has changed. If you're not participating yet in the November boot camp, go to maxliger.com/bootcamp, use the promo code Big Deal to drop the price. For those of you that are in the October boot camp, tomorrow night we have our 5th session. We're always adding things because posting has become such an important part of the process. We've added a folder with motivating images that you can use for posting. We've also added a file with daily motivating gifts for posting. We got case studies. That take you from hello all the way to the close. A better deal, go to maxliger.com/2-fur. Register for the November and December boot camps together. Promo code is double. Best training deal is the 90-day challenge. November, December, and January boot camps breaks down to $59 a month. And you get our anthology scripts book. You're one of the first 10 people to register. We'll also put you in our mastermind programs on Saturday for 90 days. Now you're all, every one of you, heading down the same road. Tonight at 9 o'clock, I'm going to be releasing some new strategies and tactics. Folks, if you're not enrolling 3 or 4 people every week to your business, you could be. We're here to help you do it. The next time, best of luck in building your business, and God bless.